I've got a huge story to tell, but it will take time. I was born here in South Africa. All my life I grew up on the streets. I'm 31 years old now, and I was an orphan from 5 years old. Just ran from home, stayed in Cape Town for 21 years, and I'm still in Cape Town. And I'm doing all these bad things that people can't forget, like stealing stuff, robbing people, broke into cars.
Every country which holds the World Cup would like to tell the world that they are beautiful. And I don't know who they think they are fooling, because there's so much that can be told, even the present moment, you know. So there are, for me, two narratives to this country. Once upon a time, there was apartheid, then came Mandela and his lot, and everybody lived happily ever after. But there's another, in spite of these celebrations and all these other performances, you know, we shouldn't lose our capacity to struggle for freedom.
Street football, to me, is really an important part of getting young people involved in things that would lead to their betterment, you know, and so on, and the improvement in life and so on. So.
The Homeless World Cup was started in 2003. It's been held every year since then. And at the moment, there are 48 teams from throughout the world that participate in the Homeless World Cup. And this year, it's going to take place in Melbourne, Australia. We are busy with the process to select a team that will represent South Africa at the Homeless World Cup. We had trials of about 250 players. Let's start off with the goalkeeper, Rasta. We call him Rasta because of his dreadlocks.
Soccer is in my blood, you know. When I play soccer, I mean, I'm feeling happy, you know what I mean? Proud to bring the World Cup here and home.
Then there's Sandile. Now, Sandile lives and currently still lives on the street.
It is not the end of the world to lose the family or to lose someone you love. I don't know how I will find it, but I'm willing to find my family.
Then we have a player called Satrelo. Satrelo comes from a completely broken family.
In terms of my father, I don't know who he is. I never met him. Right now, I don't want to put it in my mind. And when I'm doing this soccer thing, that's where I think positive stuff.
The other player is a guy called Tapelo.
They said this place, Australia. I've read about it in the internet and saw the pictures and all that. I've never been overseas, so it's gonna be like a wonderful experience for me. I can already imagine, you know.
Then there's a guy called Ethan.
Actually, my first year of street soccer, gonna represent my country and I'm proud of myself.
The other player is a player called Rian, again, physically very small. He's a totally brilliant footballer.
I think if we put that 100% in it, we can win. For me, I always believe in being humble, because when you're humble, you can do anything, especially when you're humble for the Lord.
Then you have Martin. And Martin showed all the leadership abilities that made it very clear right at the beginning that he was going to be the captain of the team.
I was chosen as the captain of the Homeless World Cup team. Going to Australia and you live on the street, for me it was very exciting.
And then the last player is a player called Vuyo.
I'm starting from a young age playing soccer with my friends. It's a great team and it's nice to be with them here.
So what we had was a very interesting mix of players, you know, culturally and also in terms of their backgrounds. If you look at the conditions of the communities where the majority of street children come from, they're poor, they have very high levels of social marginalization, they have very high levels of crime, lots of social pathologies, sexual abuse, crime, robberies, unemployment. All of those things are directly linked to the kinds of communities that was product of apartheid.
Even though we stay on the street, we're not dogs, we're also human, you see.
I don't have even a cent under money. I know that I got something that is valuable more than anything. That is love, you know, that is care.
You 4 players on the team, the goalkeeper and 3 in players. 7 minutes off, 1 minute break, 7 minutes the next off. So it's about 15 minutes the game.
You're not allowed in the goalkeeper's half circle. Otherwise, if you do go inside there, it's a penalty.
You're allowed to pass the ball to your keeper 3 times. And the keeper's only has 6 seconds to make his decision.
Let's talk about it. It's as simple as that.
I was like 5 years old when my mother put me out of the house because of the abuse. I couldn't take the abuse anymore. I never went back to them. No, I never went back to them. I always just bypassed. I didn't have the benefit of a mother's support. I didn't have the benefit of a father's support. So then it was like that. At 14 to go into a prison system. You know nothing. Now you're getting into the cell where there's about 60 to 18 to 90 people. You learn actually what you never have learned. You become a gangster at 28, you become hardcore. I went to Portsmouth Rehabilitation Center. I went to Portsmouth Worse Center. You know, I become worse. I didn't have even one tattoo when I was in there. I came out with a bunch of them. This was my gangsters. For my gangster, this means I like to kill people. That's right, nigger boys here from the west side. You wake up 6 o'clock, get your food, stay in your room, doing nothing, not even by giving a book, or not telling you to go to school, or not telling you to see a social worker. There's people in there 5 years on trial, 5 years on trial, who never got sentenced. You are on a waiting trial, you're getting worse. You know about this guy's case, that guy is learning you now how to give other people tattoos. They will learn you how to make a knife out of just plastic. You know, out of a toothbrush, I can make a knife. Out of a spoon, you can make a knife. You know, I've learned pretty much how to kill a person without getting blood. You don't rehabilitate in there. You're getting worse in there.
Anyone? This I made my home. I did sleep here. This corner, this was covered till here. When the rain falls, then the water is all going this way. This is now one of my best friends. We sleep together. Waar het ons geslaap, my bro?
Everywhere.
Nou, hier.
This is my money homes. I normally go in during the night and I normally take all the wires. This was my partner in crime months before. I went to prison. I just recently came out, man, for taking wires and stuff like that.
And then you get money for it.
This used to be my door over here.
Ah, man.
This used to be my door in here. The best sleeping place that there is.
This was the level. I think of this as an old memory now, man. And to live a life like this is very bad, man. Because people on the streets and people everywhere looking at you like, hey, look at this piece of shit, you know. This guy, man, it's no matter who we are or where we come from, you know. It don't go, man. Old memories don't go. But the thing is I don't give up hope. Hope is the most important thing in life. If you give up hope, which means we might well die. At first, I deny it. I really did deny it because I just have one day with this girl and I really deny it. Even when she was that huge, I denied because I was in jail. And when they came to visit me, they showed me, here's your baby, dog. Here's your baby. And that time, I could see it's my baby, but I still deny it. But when I came out, and then I see, nah. But this is Martin, you know. He looks like me. And then I said, okay. Through life and death, I'll stick by him. You know, whatever I can do, I will do. But they must understand that the situations that I am in, I'm a drug addict. And wherever I got money, they know where's the first place that I'm going. I was sleeping on a quarry, trying to look for a life, but didn't get it. Saw these guys coming in there, playing football. So it became that I play with them.
Today is just basically a friendly training match. It's not really a game. So we're just going to split the guys up in half. So this is the entire squad of guys that will be here soon. So no big spectators, it's just going to be football. And a guy like Martin would come up, he'll play a game, but you couldn't believe that he's got so much talent.
And every time he told me I come down to the Krippy, they even come to fetch me.
And there is opportunities other than, let's say, the Homeless World Cup. There's an opportunity. You don't need to join a gang, you can join a team here.
It's rather the football or the drugs. So I left the drugs. And from that time, I'm still in the football.
We represent South Africa in Australia for a reason. Make our country proud, irrespective of what competition it is. Therefore, we will do our utmost to prepare you. You're going to just do it physically. You're going to work under discipline. Okay.
You know, there's a constant debate in the organization about whether we go to the World Cup to win or whether we go to the World Cup to get players off from the street and into a new life. And of course, we must strike a balance. But in the end, I'm sorry, man, you have to go there at least to perform well.
You know, David is the taxi of this team, you see.
No.
And then they eat my peanuts up, all of them. You know, I fill this plastic thing with peanuts and I keep on forgetting I shouldn't do that because when I come back, it's all gone.
The rumor in this car is like when you eat peanuts, you must have 3 or 4 girls.
He doesn't stop talking all the time.
The players that were currently living on the street, a precondition of them going to the Homeless World Cup is they must move off from the street.
is our house. Wat sê jy ek as jy?
I'm saying alright.
This is our space. Yeah, man. This is not my bed where I sleep. This is my cupboard. See, it is. Huh? See, this is the old Martin. This is the time where I started to think of my life as getting my life together. I was thin. I was still using all that shit. This is how I live. Everything must be normal. That's my suit. And a black goes with my black pants, my black shoes, and my black t-shirt underneath. This is my Chinese shirts. Yeah, I'm also in Chinese. Eh? Just a normal human being life.
This morning we start our training at 5 a.m. already, preparing the youngsters, as you know. They're getting the eggs together.
Most people like to say you shouldn't forget where you're coming from, but I put it in a different way. You shouldn't forget what you went through. You'll appreciate where you're going and where you're at the moment in time. You see, my family, they put me out and chased me to the end. You see, gave me ultimatums and stuff like that. They did it out of love. Trained with the guys when they got selected. You see, they trained against us and stuff like that. So I'll try my luck. Even though I know these guys, they're flipping good, you see. And I didn't make it, you see, Tapelo and Rian, they made it. There's one thing about me, I hate losing all the time. But I'm getting to terms with it, I'm getting to grips. There's a joke that I make, Patience. She's a girl, she lives in Guguletu or Soweto, and it's hard to get to her. But once you have her, and you go out with her and everything is cool in life, you know, so. I don't know, sometimes she just rejects me because I'm too hasty. And not other people that judge us, we judge ourselves, you see. Even though you face trial tribulations in soccer also, you see, you still go out and you try to be positive influence to the next person.
Jumping animal. Yeah, man, that's what I want to really see. Yeah, now land is nothing like that. It's only what you get, what it that Springbok.
The granny I was staying with, she died in 97 April, and then I ended up staying on the street in Durban. I was still young, around about 8 years, 10. I decided, no, I would go to school. So it's not like a school, actually. It's something like a children's home. Where I grew up, in a children's home, you can stay there until you're 18, and then they just kick you out. And then they found like a relative here in Cape Town. And then we came to Cape Town.
I was hoping for a place that I could call my home. But in a world of war, no peace, no love.
And then we met some friends, they are playing football. I played one season, and then I couldn't go further because they said we need to have a stable place to stay. And then I dropped out. And then I stayed in Kailicha. It ended up fighting with the community, and then I moved to Cape Town. I came to change my life. And then I was selected there to play for the SA team in Australia. I'm proud of myself because there are people who doesn't have the chance but who can play very well. Maybe I can do it. Actually, it's not maybe, but I will do it and change my life and start over. Yeah, in the field, you get the chance, you use it. When you don't use it, you get punished. It's the same as a life is. Once you get the chance, you have to use it, and then who knows, tomorrow you might not get it.
We need to think very seriously about where we are driving this country.
Where is the truth? That's a question.
People of this country who find themselves in the same conditions don't see the change. We have to begin to raise the questions that we were raising before '94. A lot has been taken from us and that has not been given. And for me, it's important to retain that voice. I mean, what did we fight for in the first place?
I shot the slave master,
We don't want to believe in ourselves. And the only way, I mean, that thing could be successful if we believed in ourselves.
Now it's the first time I play street soccer. My family just passed away. My mother, my father, a long time when I was young. So I'm staying on the street about 8-9 years. So I decided to come here in Cape Town, start to steal break the car, and then the cops, if you catch me, to prisoner. Also, and then the prisoner, I'm playing soccer. Long time I pray, God, bless me to just to change my life. I can see now my life is gonna change.
I decided right at the beginning that Rasta must be the goalkeeper. Because he just showed too much enthusiasm and courage. Then Rasta got arrested. He had an outstanding warrant of arrest against his name for breaking into a car, and Rasta disappears into the gates of the prison. It's very difficult to replace a goalkeeper. So now we're trying to find out where Rasta is. Rasta, in his wisdom, had registered himself under another name. So we were asking for Petros, and they were looking for Petros, but they didn't find it because he had registered himself under another name. That's not all. We're still getting to the exciting part. So we apply for Rasta's passport, and then I apply for Rasta for a visa. But I also know that you must, if you apply for a visa and you have a criminal record, you must apply for what is called a police clearance certificate. And I send it to Australia. Then the Australian people come back to me and say, sir, it says here that he was sentenced in 1989 to 8 years in prison for armed robbery. I say, huh? That means he was 8 years old. It's impossible. He couldn't have committed a crime. He was 8 years old. Then they said, no, but look, sir, we're going to have to investigate this thing. So I say, well, okay, can you write me a letter just saying that you're investigating this, that there's an obvious anomaly here, and you know, so that I can send that to the visa people. And I'd send that letter to the visa people. And for some miracle, they granted him a visa based on that letter. Then I go and look for Rasta. And I get him in the streets. And you told me that you only have one outstanding crime, which is for breaking into a car. Now just look at this police clearance certificate here, Rasta. It says here that you were sentenced in 1987 to 8 years in prison for armed robbery. Is that true? Yes, Mr. David.
You know, I'm so sad that this one didn't make it for the World Cup. You know, I wanted him to make it for the World Cup, but he didn't. You know? Huh?
But I deserve anything to be in South Africa. The reason I say so, there were some promises, you see, that we can go to play to nice now. I'm still waiting for that.
That's gonna come, don't worry, we're gonna still go.
I don't know, and I don't have nothing to speak actually at this moment. Don't have nothing to speak at this moment. But I don't have a shot, I don't have a t-shirt.
You know, if the guys come back, the guys gonna play against you. Yeah?
I had said that even if they didn't make the World Cup team, we'd still involve them in other stuff. And so they wanted to know, like, when are those things going to happen? Now, it's going to happen. We're focusing so much on the World Cup now, and with our limited resources, we can really just focus on that. So none of us are full-time in this thing, you know, so all of us do it on a voluntary basis. That's one of the things that we need to change, is to set up actually a proper organization with full-time staff and so on, but we don't have the resources to do that. Immediately after we get back from the Homeless World Cup, we're going to have to focus on, raising money for the next World Cup, which is going to be in Milan, I think, next year.
And then I'm gonna go all the way, and then I'm gonna go all the way, and then I'm gonna go. I was born in Eastern Cape, grew up most of my life in Khayelitsha. That's when I began playing soccer. As I grew up, I was involved in drugs and stuff. I could not do anything without them. Nothing. I had to smoke every day when I wake up and before I sleep. It was like food. My brother, we were really close, we shared a lot of things. He was very good at drawings. He did science, he did math, so he would show me his books. And I felt like this is something that I would like to do one day. He was basically involved with gangsterism and stuff, but this is the part of him that I didn't know at all, that I didn't even suspect. That's how good he was, that's how nice he was. Until he was shot the one day. Everything came on the table. And my mother was crying for like 2-3 weeks, non-stop. Non-stop. Unbelievable. She could not believe it at all. I became an adult before I was supposed to be an adult, Someone knew about this place called the Ark, which had a drug rehabilitation program. They feed you, go to church, they clothe you, they do everything for you. School, it had a church in it, and all this stuff were like for free to whoever needed it. I came from the kind of family that I'm coming from, which is not so wealthy, so, my brother was close to that step, making something, getting a degree or a diploma or something. So I thought, okay, let me just go and see what happens. Maybe I might become a football star. Maybe I might become something. I'd never been in a public high school of that level. This was my class. This is what this class is about. The sin, the cost, and the tans and everything, Gave me only a bit of a headache, but okay, it's cool. Yeah, I used to sit right here. Posters have changed though. Practice, practice, and practice again. When they say it's gonna be an oral, then you must stand there alone. And there's a lot of people here, a lot of students, and then we get all nervous. I remember this one day they told us to make an oral here in front, and I was like really nervous. And there was this girl that I had a crush on, she was sitting right here in front. So I was going on like this, and I was like that, and then I just walked out. I walked out, but yeah, man, I came back again and I told me, I can only do this on the other day, I'm not comfortable now. Yeah, this was my class. All gone now, but it's okay, it's okay. I speak a bit of Zulu, English, Xhosa, Xhosa, and a bit of Afrikaans, and yeah, I think that's all. That's all. I had always thought of pursuing a career in engineering. Where that is coming from, I guess, was from my brother. I don't think if he never took that course that I had anything planned in mind.
At the beginning, we struggled a bit getting him settled in and that, but towards he grew on us and he actually developed into a responsible young man. I don't know why it took so long though. He wouldn't even open up to me. Only like in the last year actually that we got to really hit it off. But you must not forget the school, please. You must always come back with your talents. You got your leadership skills and that things. Come and encourage the youngsters, especially the grade 11s. I think need a lot of motivation still, yeah.
Okay. It was just a certain amount of the student that knew that I'm coming from the art. And I wanted to share with the teachers. I just didn't want them to treat me differently from the other students. I have this wish that one day I'll make it in life, you know. Have a good job. I'm also not happy knowing that what my family is going through right at this point in time, because they're still struggling, you know, to get ahead in life. I guess it's just going after dreams, you know. You gotta go and get it. It's not gonna come to you. It's definitely not gonna come to you.
Some of the players have been granted visas. What's it, Martin? In Martin's case, because he had absolutely no identity of any kind, it was much more difficult because we had to go about creating an identity for him. You know, when you are born and you get a birth certificate, you get an identity number. Martin didn't have anything like that, you know? Nothing like that.
I'm 15 years old, I fought. And I'm 31 years old now. Which means I was fighting for 16 years now to get an ID. Which means they want me to be an orphan. They want me to stay like this. If the cops catch me, I go to jail. I only said, look here, this is my name. And they only take my fingerprints in my name and there, whoop, there I go, into jail. And when I come back to court, they sentence me without papers. I've got all the skills. I've got all the mind works, things to get into a job, to do any job that I can do. If I don't have an ID, there's no job. They're like, we're needing your hospital forms. We're needing the school form. We're needing somebody's 10 years older than you. And we gave it to them. What do you want now? Don't you want my fingers? I will give my fingers for you just to trade for my ID. It's my future, it's not their future, and they're keeping my future away from me.
Martin's passport is still not sorted out.
I knew this was happening, but I delayed it all the time. Then one Friday afternoon, I had to go and tell Martin that he was no longer going to be in the team. And it was one of the most traumatic things I've ever had to do. When Martin couldn't make the team, Tapelo became the captain of the team.
It's a pleasure to be able to be here today and to congratulate you firstly, and then to wish you well on your trip as you go. You're not only representing yourselves and the team, you're representing us. You're representing Capetonians, and you're also carrying the banner for South Africa. Make that the commitment to yourself. Make sure that you come back having grown significantly. Well done.
There's going to be 55 other countries there this year, right? So this is not a Mickey Mouse. It's a very, very serious tournament that you're going to play in. And at all times, I want you guys to behave like a team. There's no individuals here. Tapelo, in the absence of Martin, you're the captain of the team. Eh? You're a very mature young man, you know, for your age and so on. And I want you to play that kind of mature role. Before I finish, you're still the captain. I just want you to say a few words to us. Anything you have to say to the team. Just say it, just say it.
All that they need to do is let's just go and play and have some fun with the David. Because why? Soccer is most about fun. I'm not going. I told him that I'm feeling alright and everything. But then, when the plane left,
then I just went off the line. An opportunity that huge in your life, you will actually kill yourself for not going into it, you know.
My name is Sandile. It's what I want, like, to be a soccer journalist.
Oh, my name is Petros. I'm paid to coach in school, to teach young kids.
My name is Rian, and due to like finance problems and so, I didn't go to school. I want to finish like my grade 10 and grade 11 in 1 year. I'm also into computers, IT.
My name is William Edlo, and I'm 16 years old. In university, I want to study for policeman. Stop the crime and violence in the country.
I'm Ethan Tesh. I'm 17 years old. Like to be with the poor or so, because a poor for me is like my country, my soul, my heart.
I'm still living in the streets. Tell me now, how many years do they have to cry to get something to eat? Tell me now, 10 years into freedom, we have some still in the streets. Tell me now, Mr. Minister, we need some answer. We are the same kind. We have a different mind.
What they were sleeping in yesterday, you just swipe and then the doors.
Yeah, the same thing, you see.
Even the electricity, you just swipe.
Yeah, the same thing.
We have the same mind. We have a different mind.
Some people say to me, you start watching and within a few seconds you've forgotten they're homeless. And I say, well, that's the point, is it not? The homeless person hasn't changed. They're the same person, actually. It's us that's changed. And all we did was change the environment. And then I think another aspect of it is the international side of it. So all of a sudden you discover, oh, you're not alone. It's not just my city, not just my country. This is all over the world.
To build a house, you need some foundation. To be fair, they got to wipe away all the poverty because now we have the same kind. We have a different mind.
I mean, never been in a place where there's so many countries. It really feels like it's a World Cup, and you know, excited about it.
We have the same kind. We have a different mind. We have the same kind. We have a different mind.
We have now 2 billion people who live in less than $2 a day in the world. We have 1 billion people who are homeless. And it's an outrageous situation. And that's why it's important, very, very important, that we end homelessness in the world altogether. And we do that by the practical actions of you all. And the people who are here in the teams, you are ambassadors. The world now watches. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and stand proud. Viva football.
Scotland, Kyrgyz Republic,
Portugal,
Kazakhstan, South Africa.
When we arrived in Australia, I expected like that to play against the best from the world, and that did happen.
We're gonna kick some butt in this game. It's our first game.
We're gonna warm up, man. Ethan, come on, man.
Le taxi part, le chauffeur est un peu
What we
bavard.
practice, you guys have to perform now, okay? When we've made a little error, forget about it. It's gone. When a referee makes a mistake, in your opinion, it's gone. We try just to focus on it. All right, guys? Right.
When I command, reaching for the sky like you in quicksand. Engulfed in the rhythm that's using a euphemism. The music is your prison, we controlling the bars. Only 4 guards running the yard, leave you mentally scarred like witnessing your person. So put 'em up, real high like you mad at the Lord. Ripping the gladys as the inners like we winning the awards. Yo, where you at?
Over here.
How's it sound? We gonna do it. So put 'em up, real high. I say yo, do it. Play your rhythm, now we flat to the side. Hit you with the old English to separate and distinguish us from the rest. The hot air inflated, highly overrated, grossly overcompensated. We leaving you elated with the sense of accomplishment, like you gained a little something, not wondering where your money went.
Knowledge trade supreme over nearly everybody.
That's why ETC's come to put an end to the monotony. Grumpy, we got the eye of the tiger like Rocky, the runaway train. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. Superman himself, filled the spot on his mind. Would have to take flight, defeated by the track that rhymes with kryptonite. We those supernatural beings on some level who set the precedent that you bitch niggas need to reckon with.
So dropping intellect is not considered a prerequisite.
Yo, you in check.
I'm correct.
Show respect. And say yo, do it. With Cape Town.
Hold it down.
Hold his bomb. And say yo, do it.
We do have some weak points. We have a lot to work out on, you know what I'm saying? We are only focused on attacking, you know, getting goals, and which is what almost cost us there because we're so eager to score goals. And
This is the first time we're taking a walk
in this road.
You
see all those people? Hello. See there? First need to get to know the people over here. Yeah, especially the girls.
Oh yeah, that's Stella's room right there. Yep. And my neighbor here is Rian, right there. And this is Mr. T-Bone Touch. It's dark. Maybe there might be a ghost inside. Okay, I see I got some laundry up in there. This was donated by one of the schools here around here, one of the primary schools. I wouldn't mind having a room like this for myself. Okay, now we're going to the players' lounge. What's in it? Oh, what's this guy? Come check what this guy is like. He takes all the food from the No, and this is his autograph book. I don't know, I was expecting to see some professional players up in here.
No,
But he doesn't realize that he's playing with one of them. Do you know that Sanile left before us in South Africa? But we met him in Johannesburg, and then he almost got lost in Hong Kong.
No, the same problem that it had, I have in
This is his ticket.
They didn't book me at all. I don't know why.
Why?
Because I'm like that. I'm like this.
What do you mean you like this?
Can't you see, poor guy, man?
Oh, we're all poor, man. Come on, don't with that excuse here.
You see what? This is my room. Out.
Oh, okay, you're gonna come in my room. Who is the lion? Yeah? Who is the lion? All that, guys. Well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Tomorrow I'm going to pick out my trophy and my money. What's he talking about?
They were talking there about the best keeper. So yeah, his name.
He's hoping to be the best keeper of the tournament.
I'm the best.
You know why?
The keeper.
I believe that you will share the money.
No! This is my power. It is my mind.
If it's not to be, please don't commit suicide.
I don't want to hear that they are going to fly. How do you feel? I start drinking, going back to my roots, because I didn't have a job, I didn't have money, so I start selling my things just to start getting a living on the street.
And my flow is what they loving. Too late time to decay. We hit you with a delay. We put that shit on display. So you niggas can press. Blame. Every time to decay. We hit you with no delay. We put that shit on display. So you niggas can press. Blame. It's the analytical individual whose residual energy is focused on getting rid of the minuscule perpetuators of whack shit. We catch a smack quick. Easy and brick note. An automatic classic. High quality. Import my lyrics like fabrics. That international bandit, raising the standard. The nigga that's quick on the draw, quicker than the draw, quicker than before.
Kenya is favorites for this tournament. There's no doubt about it. But I think we put up a good game with them.
A fat cash advance. Give us what we want on command. While used to doing your whole tour in a minivan. Cause you fail to understand that the business is not only for suits in the office, but as an artist, you need to focus on making a profit. To be that international man of mystery, get on that James Bond shit. If you hate and say something, if not, then stop fronting. Brick notes under construction, and my flow is what they loving. Too late time to decay. We hit you with a delay. We put that shit on display. So you niggas can press. Blame. Every time to decay. We hit you with no delay. We put that shit on display. So you niggas can press. Blame. I'm a lyrical vandal, hard to handle like a grapple. Give me a sample and I'll be ready to
Everyone's face was like down, everyone was angry, everyone was upset, you know. The other players were busy arguing, why didn't you put me in? Why am I always on the sideline? Why am I not playing? What did I come here for?
Rian knows that his body is totally out of this competition. Totally out, but he's forced to play.
Well, that's close. With some of those shots. Anyhow, next time, go for it. Go for it.
We can get a second chance, you know what I'm saying? Because they told me that if I'm down, then the whole team, I mean, you know, he's the captain and it's motivated.
Other teams is 11, the other is 15, so our team is on 7 guys. So that's why everyone is very tight, you know, tight because it's tough. All of the tough team play. So anyway.
And now we had to take a decision. We had to ask one of us to stand as a goalkeeper because the one goalkeeper didn't want to stand for us. Then the whole thing just went up in a mess.
Martin didn't go. He was our #1 goal scorer before we left, you know. And I still think if he had to go with us, I mean, we were going to come out very far because he's a goal scorer.
Then I'm going to walk you secretly along the side of the school, and there's a surprise for you. Okay. One of the things that we try and teach our children is to look at different perspectives, look at things from different angles.
We are doing an inquiry about South African culture. We try to find out as much information as we can. What is Australia like compared to South Africa?
Australia is
It's a much developed country, South Africa, and even the people around Australia.
It's the first time we've been treated, sorry to say that, by white people, the way you treat us. This team are a team of 3 different cultures. Black African youngsters here, we are colors within, you see. So it's different cultures with different languages and different beliefs. That's why they call us the Rainbow Nation, see. But it is still a process for us to be one. It's also for you very important to know these things. We don't know which direction you're going to move into when you become adults. South Africa.
South Africa.
Australia.
Australia.
There we go.
For me, it was the first time to visit like schools like this, you know. Yeah. And what the children did, the kind of questions they asked, like the last interview, I didn't expect those questions.
I mean, it's a privilege for these people like to invite us. I mean, in advanced schools like these, I mean, you know. So yeah, it felt good, man. Thanks. It's all soft and all that. Oh!
Voila.
When I get home, I don't know, there's some changes that I have to make. I need to focus, okay, next year what I have to do first, because I definitely want to go back to school next year. I want to finish school. I mean, times like this you won't get again, you know.
We knew where we stood. We were already told, okay, this is the position that we're playing for. But just before we went to the game, the goalkeeper came back. You know, he said, okay, it's cool, it's fine, it's gonna stand for us. So it was basically like a fun game. That's one of the games that we all enjoyed as one team, where there was no arguments or whatsoever, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna win this next one.
Keep up the spirit, because that is important, okay? Instead of throwing stones now, you know? Rasta, keep up that spirit, please, eh? Come, that thing that you start, okay, give me a hand.
Yes! 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 Oh, yes! No need for retrospect. Don't get it twisted, get it straight. We the dopest when we circumnavigate the tectonic plates and predetermined rates. Strictly to eliminate those who exacerbate the situation with their whack enunciation, simply perpetrating a fraud. Whether at home or abroad, we make the audience applaud till the sound distorts. I'm being shown love and getting props to make the panties drop. Representing the indigenous tongue of hip-hop. We speaking common sentences and extended metaphors to allow the mortal man opportunity to explore. My valor. Whether on case ashore, my message is pure and original like haute couture. I never get derailed, so I'm always on my train of thought. Blending jazz and hip-hop, making music and talk to see the most harmonious threat. Like to tell the most dominant shit. With the call you correct, so we can all just connect. Ain't got to bet on how to hit you with that hot shit.
That's the Ethan I know, yo, from myself. That's my spirit I know.
There's 56 countries, and the boys ended in 21st place, but I think they've done very well.
It's a nice feeling, man.
Good feeling. Your performances, guys, well done.
Was the player of the match, the last match? Who will you say? So give him a hand. And that is
SA! Yes! SA! Oh, yes!
And most of the times we would just hang out at night, you know. So I just mostly thought being together with the team again. we just actually we formed like a family thing. I had some hassles at home, like with the school things. I have smaller brothers that I have to show example to them, because there's sometimes that I would sit at home and I would just figure out that the one actually decided to not go to school, just stay behind. So I was looking at the mirror. I actually went to 3 schools. So the first school told me that they don't have any more place. So I went to Blackhead, no place, and I decided to go to Tuscany Glen. And yeah, they finally accepted me there. I'm in grade 10 now, but I'm actually deciding to finish this year and trying to get some scholarship and go to college and so, making new friends. And I've been playing soccer at school and freestyle football. I enjoy that most. I got a new girlfriend. Yeah, I met her 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it's my new girlfriend. I know sometimes it's difficult, some people can't, but you can do it,
Okay, when we got back at home, I expected us to gather around, still hang out with the rest of the players. Okay, I guess that was kind of hard to happen. And I also expected us I thought maybe we were gonna get a place where maybe we can all live together or something like that. But okay, that didn't kind of happen because people some of the players live really far. We are here to collect my results. Miss Lux, how are you? Are you States? All right.
I managed to pass my matric, but my results were not good enough to enter university.
If I get some job now with the results that I'm sitting with, then I'll be stuck because nothing big that I wanted to achieve in my life that I dreamt of will ever be. I should sit with the books and try and get this grades because I think for me now, this is the only way to get me out of the situation that I'm in now.
I don't play to come second. That's an old socialist notion that never meant anything in any case. Here I had this notion of, no, we don't play to win, we play to be kind to mankind and all that crap. To me, my responsibility is to do whatever I can to prepare the team, that everything is in place for them to play. That's my role.
Since I've been back, sometimes I do see myself going forward. Sometimes it's like it's going backwards, so I end up losing hope sometimes. But sometimes I control myself. When you don't working and you don't have work or money to buy things, that the option that you have to have just to go and do something wrong to get the money. Where I'm living at the moment, it's where I was living before we went to Australia. So that's why it's upside down for me. I want to get a job and then maybe even if I have to study for it, I will start for it and then see myself going forward and then have my own house and my own family, like other people they have.
Independence, falling like a bull buffalo, right? And then the hunters rush to it with sharp drawn knives. And those who are strong, they push you with their elbows. And those who are small, bony and weak will not get to that bull buffalo. If you think about South Africa, in terms of the metaphor of the bull buffalo of independence, right? A few people are eating with their friends, and those who can will withdraw others and put their friends in there. So that's what is happening. There's a lot of work to be done to make people understand that when that bull buffalo falls, it must be shed.
If you have a situation where a player goes to the World Cup and in that period before he goes to the World Cup, he leaves the street, we do all of this, when he comes back, there's no support for him, which makes him end up back on the street again. We would have failed in what we wanted to achieve, because then we would have not have applied the ethos of the Homeless World Cup.
Christmas went past, I was outside. New Year, I was outside. If you're on the streets, yeah, and all your things is in a drain, you hide it from people trying to steal it. No? And I went back to my place, so all my things were stolen. Even my blankets, they took everything. The only thing that I did have that day, it was my South African tracksuit, because I didn't have it on. I have to start all over again. I have to try to get shoes. I have to try to get swords, pencils, everything. Then I went back into the drugs. But I couldn't help, because the situations was bad. Really, really. If I go back, how does I feel in others' eyes? That I'm like a dog. Go outside, go do your things and come back again. No, I didn't want to go back. But I mustn't think of anything else. I was just thinking of the future for myself and my son, I want to earn my own things now. I want to change my life to more better than what it is. What I really want is just to have a house, have a job, to have my son in my arms every day, and that's all. What I want is not impossible to get. I'm back to learn about myself, and I'm back to think, how must I go forward? I have to go the same thing that I go 2008. I had to go all over again 2009. And I know that I'm third, and I know I can make it. But then when I saw the competition, it's very good guys. Some of them know me. How do I play and how do I score my goals?
Tapelo, I don't know, he's this funny guy, man. And I said, don't worry, man, next year you'll make it, man. You see, and I thought, okay, yeah, man, I'm going to try again next year. Everybody always said, yeah, I'm going to Italy.
Tapelo, Rasta, and Sandile, we've identified the three of them as a team that's going to assist us to prepare the team for 2009. They've been there, they've played in the World Cup, they know exactly what is expected.
It takes a lot of courage and a lot of stamina to go through those phases, So when I just look at the guys, I think back, I went through this stuff. People should learn from the mistakes that we did. I'm sure they come up with a very strong team. I'm really confident, and I'm sure that they'll do better than us.
First round went on, I was chosen. I'm still in for the run for the Homeless World Cup. The second round came, and I'm still in the run for the Homeless World Cup, going to Italy. And then it was the last trials, and I was playing very hard. That I was hearing that is the final trials. They chose the top 8, and so they pronounces the names, and I was like sitting there, waiting, looking at the guys over me. And then I hear my name the second time when they call. And everybody looks at me and I look at everybody and like, I made it. And I made it for the second time. And I got my ID on the 23rd of the 7th month. And I got my passport just a few days before I have to leave. My visa, dog. Get on the field, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the team from South Africa.
Now we are one, and one we will be, and we're gonna make a mess when we get onto that field.
At the end of the day, you are the person who made the change.
You are the one who wants to go forward. They say there's always a good time, there's always a bad time. You must treat the good time and the bad time as the same. For me, football showed me everything. How to take a loss, how to take a win. You can be what kind of gangster, you can be what kind of man, woman, child. If you play football, you don't think of other things, you only think of that ball. For me, it's splendid. There's no words how to describe it. Really, there's no words.
Set zero!
Bring everybody together. Even who you are or what you are or what you were before, people doesn't look you in that way. People look you as a human being, as a sportsman, trying to get together with your life. And I will never go back to my back streets. I would rather take the front streets where all the people walk and say, hi, here I am.
Southafrica,
You think that it was worth all the tears and pain and torture and everything?
Yes, yes, definitely. I'm very happy, with the way the guys, because he worked hard, you know what I mean? That's why he danced, he bring the trophy in the house.
All of this will end one day. I left drugs, came back to drugs, and I will not do drugs again. I will not do drugs again. I recently started in college. I took this course, mechanical engineering, which is what I always wanted to do. I might really go overseas to the United States for this film festival that they're gonna have in New York. A guy like me, who was raised in Kailija, going overseas, it's a huge thing. I never imagined myself on a big screen before. Not even on TV for that matter, It was an amazing feeling. Whoever thought that I would speak. I mean, I grew up as the shy guy, could never speak. But even if I don't achieve what I want to achieve, but one day I would like to help other people in the same situation as me to get further in their lives, One of the most important things that keeps me going is just the people who believe in me. Even though the people cannot really give anything or do anything about your situation, but to me, words sometimes really matter. And I'm not willing to disappoint anybody who believes in me. No, I am not.
Thanks for noticing the crew's insurmountable talent. You're our building blocks, a foundation more solid than granite. We came into this industry to bring you something greater. We're not saying goodbye, we only saying see you later. We're not saying goodbye, we only saying see you later. We're not saying goodbye, we only saying see you later.
It doesn't help me much to give you a sense of a story, but at the end of the day, I'm the one with the circumstances, and I'm gonna feel the guilty one. And I don't wanna be guilty. I just wanna be me and going forward in my life.
As operations manager for From Us With Love, I've had the privilege of cultivating personal relationships with players of the South African Homeless World Cup teams. Currently, there are no resources available to help these young men in regarding accommodation, education, health services, skills training, and mentorship. Some, like Tapelo, have been able to attend college and further their dreams. Others, like Martin, struggle with relapses in drug addiction and gangsterism. In Sendile's case, he's in and out of prison and losing hope for his future. All of these pitfalls can be avoided with stronger and lasting support for the players. Those who are interested in supporting these players can do so with a donation on the From Us With Love website, or by contacting us directly about volunteering or becoming a mentor. It's through these simple acts from individuals who care that can change the lives of these young men. Thank you.